Saturday is Juneteenth, the day celebrating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. This afternoon, the federal government joined Chicago and Illinois in recognizing it as a holiday.
National holidays are something important. These are days when we as a nation have decided to stop and take stock, and often to acknowledge our history.
With the holiday gaining wider recognition, what significance does it hold for Black Americans? And how do they try to honor its legacy through their work? Joining us now to talk about this is Erick Williams, executive chef and owner of the restaurant Virtue in Hyde Park, who's been recognized by the Michelin Guide and the James Beard Awards, among many others. He's also a 2020 recipient of the Mayor's Medal of Honor. Chef, welcome to Chicago tonight. So, as we mentioned, Juneteenth, it's getting wider recognition in recent years, this past year especially. What significance does this holiday hold for you?
Well, first, thanks so much for having me on. I think it holds a lot of significance, and it's very personal for me. We're in 2021, and we are still fighting the battle of having access to capital in African American communities and in communities of color abroad. Why that means so much to me is because once the news hit Texas, then the slaves had nowhere to go. And so we are making forward strides in terms of creating our own narratives, sharing those narratives, which gives me a lot of hope in our ability to communicate both in our communities and abroad. However, we are still in a space where we have to continue to put pressure on banks and institutions that provide opportunities, because it doesn't do us any good if we're free and we have nowhere to go.
Obviously, you know, the slaves or the enslaved people in Galveston at the time learning about the end of the Civil War and that they had been freed. You know, it's a matter of access to, they didn't have information and resources then. And you've talked about how in your industry there's also, there are barriers to information and resources. How do you try to remove some of those barriers?
I think it's centered around dialogue. You know, as an entrepreneur or chef owner, however you like to fashion that, it's becoming increasingly important for me to trade notes with fellow operators, get a better understanding of things that I don't know, share information about things that I'm very savvy about, because we're all fighting an uphill battle. Being a small business is a very tough endeavor, and I think the world has seen that over the last 13 months.
You've also received, as we mentioned, the Medal of Honor from the mayor. How do you hope to use that platform?
Well, I'm going to use that platform the same way I use any platform, with a great sense of humility and with a lot of purpose. We didn't open Virtue by mistake. Our restaurant it stands on the shoulders of its very definition, and that is of high moral standard. And and we use the two borders to encompass that moral standard, being kindness and hospitality. And so we take people in, we satiate them, and we make sure that people have the opportunity to see dignity, intelligence, and ingenuity throughout our space on a night-to-night basis. We feel good about that, and it is extremely disarming. Once we're able to feed people, then we're able to get them to hear our story.
We've obviously been through an enormously difficult year, restaurants especially. How did Virtue respond in this past year?
Well, we responded many ways. One of the ways that's most talked about is our commitment to taking care of first responders via healthcare workers. We sent tens of thousands of meals out to local hospitals, predominantly the University of Chicago, to make sure that both the morale was lifted and to let our first responders know that they matter to us. We've all endured an incredibly challenging year, and it's important to us to both be a part of the community, but also to be supportive of the community.
You also, of course, as you mentioned, you were able to stay open when many restaurants sadly had to close. Why was it important for you to stay open, especially for your staff?
Well, it's another scenario where our people had nowhere to go. Unemployment offices were overwhelmed, and we just felt like the best use of our time would be to work through the confusion that was going on at the onset of the pandemic and the close downs. And so what we did is we stabilized our business. We made sure that we could operate at a break even. And part of the revenues that we brought in, we supported our team members with by way of forgivable loans. And that has worked out very, very well for us. It has been a huge investment and a lot of loyalty and Thanksgiving on the side of the community and our team members. And, we're just grateful that it all worked out.
Of course, as we mentioned, Juneteenth is getting a lot more recognition. And there are many ways in which, blacks and the African-American contribution to American culture has been overlooked. How do you try to combat that through the food that you serve at Virtue?
Well, I think when you have the opportunity to provide a meal for someone, food is the great equalizer. And so it offers a level of trust, it offers a level of care, and and a level of service. And we take all of those things very, very seriously. And we continue, again, to use our platform to spread the word as far as we can. I think, many people are saying now, wow, I didn't know that happened in Texas. Wow, why haven't I heard the story before? And for the African-American community, we've become accustomed to our stories not being told. And so we take these moments to really stabilize, to pivot, and to push forward not just this message, but the many messages that have been lost or buried over the years.
And before I let you go, what more do you think needs to happen to be sure that people are educated about the history of African Americans?
I think, again, that we need to continue to spread the word. We need to continue to celebrate the contributions that Blacks have made both for and in this country. But I think more than anything, our Constitution encompasses this ideal of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, with liberty being a pretty big word. And so until all of our fellow Americans are in a position where liberty rings, we're going to continue to have struggles. So I think, the promotion of liberty, the promotion of life, and the promotion of the pursuit of happiness will probably be at the top of my agendas and will continue to be as we advocate for people both near and far.
Okay. Chef Erick Williams of Virtue, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.